Hello friends, today we are going to learn switch statement. So this is also similar to if else, and this is a like if else switch is also used to give some decision making logic to our program. So let's learn the switch statement, and today I'm going to show you three different programs. One program for this challenge for the last video, and for this we'll use if else, and then we'll convert the similar program using switch statement. So let's understand a little bit about switch, and then first we'll write this program, then I will show you one program using switch, and then another program again using the switch. So switch is like this. It's the syntax is like this: switch, and then we have to give the expression here, and then there will be different conditions, the case expression. If this expression match, print this thing or do something, some logic. If this expression match, do something, and if nothing match, then goes to the default. And this is this is similar to else condition in a if else logic. So let's write a program and see how it works. So first do this thing. So let me bring the repolit.com, https repolit.com, languages Go, and here you can write the program. So let me write first age group. So let's see for this. So here we are going to take an input, and based on the input we write the if logic. If the age is between 0 to 12, print child, and if age is between 13 to 19, then teen. So let's write the program for that. We need a variable first to hold the age, so the var and var age, and then we know age type is int, so that's why I'm going to give type int, and it's not a large value. So the age age is so it's not going to be very large. It's a 0 to 100. So in that case you can choose to give the int 8. So int 8 is a 1 byte, so you can use this type also, or you can use the int. I'm going to use the int 8 for now. And here let's take the input, enter your, or just enter age, then let store that the value, take this value from the input and store that in the age. So how we do, we'll use a fmt scanf, and then %d comma and this variable name age. So we are giving here age, and in this way it will store that value to this variable. Next thing, we'll use our if logic, and we're going to compare if age greater than. So what's the logic? We can check our logic here. It's between 0 to 12. So how to check it's a 0 to 12? So that means it's greater than equal to 0, or let's say greater than, or let's say greater than 0. So it's a greater than 0. It's a 0, and it's saying it's between 0. So that's why greater than equal to 0, and so that's we have to use another operator or and age less than equal to 12. So in this case the if the age is between this, then do something. So we print here empty println, and it's a child. In the similar way we can check for another condition. So 13 to 19, So again else if, and we can add another condition, age greater than equal to 13, and so this is 2 times ampersand, this is called AND operator, and age less than equal to 19. And if and careful here, if you type this ampersand one time in this case, then that becomes another operator, so that's a bit turned to the bitwise operator. And if it's 2 times, it's a logical AND operator. So we are using logical AND, so giving 2 times ampersand. So in this condition, just print empty println and string. In the similar way, we can add other condition, 20 to 45. Okay, so we'll do else if age greater than equal to 20 and age less than equal to 45, empty println, let's say adult. And one more condition, so it's a 46 to 120. Let's see that also. Okay, let me bring our main screen first here. Let's keep checking the condition. Else if age greater than equal to 46 and age less than, let's check the condition again, so 46, between 46 to 120, so less than equal to 120, empty println, say old. And in other case, so in other case, that is else. So in else condition, if the age is other than this number, it's out of the range of this number, then in that case we'll say that other invalid. So let's do that. Let me pull that screen. Just a minute. Yes. First one. Yeah, so in else empty println, then we can say invalid. Okay, let's run it, and yeah, that's all. I think run it. Enter age. So age is 14, saying 10. Again, we can run and check that if age is 100, then old. Okay, that's good. Our logic is working here using the if else, and we'll convert this if else in a switch after some time. But before that, let's see the basic program for the switch. And once we see this, then we'll come back and we can change this if else to switch again. So switch is very much similar to if else, but the most developer like the switch case whenever it's feasible. This it seems a little bit clear. So here, let's see in this example. Here I'm accepting one number, enter a number, and then I'm getting that number in a num variable, and then I'm finding the remainder. So how to find the remainder? It's a num, and then this is called modulus operator. It's a percentage sign. It's a modulus operator 10. So if you divide any number with 10 and use the modulus operator, we'll get the remainder. So if you divide any number, like if you divide 2 by 10, the remainder will be 2. Then 9 by 10, remainder will be 9 itself. Then here I'm checking the if logic. If you use the if logic here, let me comment this line first. And if you use the if logic, then we can compare like this. If r equal to 1. If remainder equal to 1, then print 1. If the remainder equal to 2, then print 2. Else if remainder 3, print 3. Else print dot dot dot. So you can just keep adding all the logic, and this works. Let's run this. If I say 2, then okay, so 2. Again run. If it is 9 dot dot dot. I have not given that logic for 9, so that's why it's coming to the else. So you can change the this logic using the switch. So this time, let's say here I have used the switch here, and I commented this code, and the switch, this looks better than this if. I'm using the switch here, switch R. So R is a remainder, and comparing with the case. If the case is 1, print 1. Case 2, print 2. Case 3, print 3. The default is else. If nothing matches, then go and print this. Let's run this again. 3, print 3. Run again, print 9, dot dot dot. So yeah, you can see here the same logic is given here using the if else and also using the switch. So yeah, so I like switch. So whenever I feel I have to use the if, I use the if. Most of the case I use the switch. Yeah, so yeah, but if you compare with the performance wise, there is not a difference between this switch and if, at least in a Golang. So there is not a difference. So it's almost it's similar. Okay, but code is code is a little bit cleaner than if else here. Okay, anyway, that's again choice of the developer, how they use the switch or the if. That's good. So we know how switch is working. Let's use the switch in this example. So in this example, how we can do, let's first comment this. We have already got our age, and we have stored that age in a variable called age, and this is the decision making logic we had given using the if else. Let's use switch statement here. So I will use the switch, and in this time I'm not giving the expression here. So if you see in the example, so this is another way of using the switch. So in this example, if we see switch and expression here, and then we are comparing with the different case. Now in this case, what I do, just switch and opening and closing bracket here, and no expression. Then I'm comparing like this: case age, similar logic, case age greater than equal to 0 and age less than equal to 12. So that's the one case, and if that matches, then fmt println child. We can, in the similar way, we can use another case, and I'm just copying this logic here, copy that, paste it here, and fmt println, and then that's a chain. I can add another case. Let's copy this logic, and in this case I want to print adult, so I'll copy this and paste it here. Another case age, case 45, between 45 to 120, so I'll copy this here, empty println, it's old, and else condition, that is else equivalent of else in a switch is default. So I'll do the default. So in case of default, we'll print this. Okay, let's run this now. Enter age, and it's 17, that's nice. Run it again. So 200, why? So greater than 12 and less than equal to 12. Oh, okay. So that's the, we are using the int 8. So that's due to the int 8. So int 8 is 1 byte, and we know that's the range. So if you run this again, it's two. If it goes more than that number, then of course you can use that, like 200 invalid. So that's good. Yeah, so we also understand use of int 8 because there's a range for int 8, and in a last video we have seen the range for int 8. That's a 1 byte, and 1 byte, that 200 cannot be stored there. Anyway, so we successfully converted that if else using the switch here, and the switch looks little bit cleaner that if else. Yeah. Okay, so this is another way of using the switch where we didn't use the expression in this case, like line 26, and we are comparing here. So if you have like the multiple conditions, then we can do, or we can write the program in this way. And if you see this example, so condition is just a very simple condition, just R and just checking the remainder 1 2 3. So we can use the expression and we can use the switch in this way. That's good. Let's write one last program here, and that's again very interesting. So in this case, what I'm going to use, I'm going to import another package here called time. We'll learn about the time in a detail in some time in a future, some other videos, but I'm just going to make use of switch and the time here. So what I do, I'll get the current time, so that is, I'm just using the switch first, and in expression I'm saying time at now, and then it's a weekday, and then it's a case, I'm checking time, it's a Saturday. If it is Saturday, then it's a print Saturday. So we can check another condition. Let me, case time is Monday or Sunday. Then in this case, println Sunday. Let's add one more condition. So case time dot Monday empty println Monday. So we can keep adding all the condition here, but I'm going to stop now, and then I'm going to give the default condition. In the case of default, and do something empty println, some or just or something, we can write something here. Okay, let's run this. So we run so it is not, so it takes weekday, and then based on that it will find. Let's run one more case here, time dot Tuesday, and just check it's printing something or not. Println Tuesday. Let's run this. Okay, so this is Tuesday, so based on the time, so Tuesday. Okay, yeah, so that's a basic program about this time, but this is the time, like you do not have to understand detail about this time now, but I will explain about this time package later in some other videos. I'm just trying to show you how to use the switch here. So this is another example for the switch. Okay, so that's all for today. In the next video I will again continue on the switch. Okay, thank you.